Hi everyone, it's Shante, and in today's video, I'll be walking you through how to set up job costing in QuickBooks Online at the trade level. So previously, we set it up at the categories level, and that meant we had three major buckets: cost of labor, subs, and materials. But now we want to take it a step further, because I find that builders want that additional level of detail into their numbers. They want to answer certain questions like, how much did I spend on framing? How much did I spend on plumbing? And be able to compare those costs across different projects. Did we spend more on plumbing in this project versus another project? And they want to be able to see that. So in order to get that level of detail, we're going to structure things a bit differently. So right now we're in 456 Norbrook, which is a custom home project. And we're able to see that we have 650,000 in construction income. We have 504,950 in costs, which leads to a profit of $145,050. Let's take a closer look at our cost of goods sold. So we have cost of labor, cost of subs, and cost of materials. But with the additional level of detail that we've built into this system, we're able to drill down deeper. So for cost of labor, we're able to see framing labor, insulation and drywall, flooring, paint and finishes, and other direct labor costs, and the same for cost of subs. We have electrical, plumbing, HVAC, site work and demo, foundation, insulation, cabinets, and other direct costs, and similarly for cost of materials. So with this additional level of detail, we had to structure it a bit differently. So there are four parts to this whole thing. The first part is having your chart of accounts set up. When you think chart of accounts, think these are the rows that I will be seeing on my P&L, and each trade has a chart of accounts. Secondly, we have products and services. More so services, because all of these are service items. These service items will align with your cost codes. And when we're setting up these service items, we're linking them to specific expense accounts or chart of accounts that we've just established. So that's the linkage that happens there. And then thirdly, once these expenses come in, we're coding them to the products and services, and we're also coding them to the project that we would have created. And of course, you already have your vendor. So we're coding these so that they're tagged and they're able to come through in this final piece, which is the projects feature right here, that aggregates all of our costs and can show us this lovely layout. Let's walk through an example so you can see how this all flows together. So we're starting at our chart of accounts, and the account we'll be creating is cleanup and punch labor. Let's go. Account name, cleanup and punch labor. Account type will be cost of goods sold. Detail type, cost of labor, that's good. And we're making this a sub account, and the parent account will be cost of labor. There we have it. And cost of labor is a sub account of cost of goods sold. So you can kind of see how everything links up right here. So we're going to save that. Cool. The next step is to set up our products and services. So we go to this gear icon here, go to products and services. New product or service, select service. Name, cleanup, and punch labor. Item type, service. Category, I created a category, construction, so I'll just fill that one in. And income account, this is not something that we are necessarily selling. We're purchasing it though. So we have our expense account, and this will go to cost of labor, but not just cost of labor. It will go to our specific cost of labor account, which is cleanup and punch labor. Right. Save and close. All right. Now that we have our account and service set up, let's go ahead and categorize some expenses. So right now we're in our bank transactions and we have 2 pending. So let's go ahead and get them categorized. So the first one here is a cleanup expense, and this work was completed by an employee. So we'll tag them in vendor right here. So this is Sam, George. For the product or service, this is cleanup and punch labor. And for the customer or project, we know that this is 456 Norbrook. So once we have our vendor or product or service and or customer tagged, we are safe to go ahead and post this. Let's do the same thing for our punch expense right here. This one was done by Roy, which is an employee. If you're not tagging things that are assigned to labor, these will look like, Lowe's or some ABC carpentry, HVAC, but in this case, because the account or these services are labor services, so these people work for us, we'll tag our employees here. For the product or service, same thing, clean up. And then project 456 Norbrook. Let's get this posted. Nice. Now we're back in our project 456 Norbrook, and we can see that our costs have increased, and as a result, our profit has gone down since we've included those cleanup and punch expenses. So let's drill into our cost of goods sold and cost of labor. So previously we didn't have cleanup and punch, but we created the account, we created the service, we linked those two, and we categorized the expenses, and now we have them here showing up in projects. Let's take a look at our project profitability report. So here we have it, our project P&L, we have our construction income, or cost of goods sold broken out into cost of labor, cost of materials, and we have trade level information beneath all of those higher level categories. And if you don't care for that level of detail in your report, you could always just collapse these. And then drill into cost of goods sold. And then there we have it. This is really nice to have because you get trade level visibility and everything isn't just living in your cost codes or your products and services. Once you have these trade accounts, it brings everything up to the surface so you're able to see it. If you're working on setting up a structure like this, then I highly recommend setting up your chart of accounts and your service items in Excel so that you could batch import, and that will save you a ton of time. Just make sure that you're following QuickBooks naming convention. So it's parent account, colon, and sub account, and ensure that you're spelling these right, because misspellings will cause QuickBooks to throw an error and it won't link properly, and then you're now fixing things manually, spending additional time, which is not what we want to do. So to help you on that front, I've included some sample chart of accounts and service items down below that would work for builders, so check those out. But if you don't care for this additional level of detail, you don't want all of that right now, and you just want to have these 3 buckets, cost of labor, cost of subs, and cost of materials, I've included a simple job costing in QuickBooks roadmap down below, so check that one out. And if you found this helpful, subscribe. I share practical systems and tips to help builders understand their numbers and make better decisions. Thank you for watching, and take care.